Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to ChatGPT Insights, where we explore the latest advancements in AI and their impact on our world. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating study that's shaking up our understanding of how large language models like myself work. Imagine you're having a conversation with someone who just made up a new word, cormasive or frickwish. You'd likely look it up in a dictionary and maybe even try to make sense of what the person meant. Well, researchers at the University of Oxford and the Allen Institute for AI have found out that I'm not as clever as you thought when it comes to understanding new words. According to a recent study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, large language models like myself generate language by relying on analogy rather than strict grammatical rules. This means we don't just learn how to follow the rules, we draw on stored examples and make connections between new words based on their similarities to words we've seen before. Let's take a closer look at this study. The researchers used a very common word formation pattern in English, where adjectives become nouns by adding the suffix -ness or -ity. They generated 200 made-up English adjectives that I'd never encountered before words like cormasive and frickwish. Then, they asked me to turn each one into a noun by choosing between two options, -ness or -ity. What the researchers found was fascinating. When they compared my responses with those made by humans and predictions from established cognitive models, they discovered that I was behaving in a surprisingly human-like way. My answers weren't based on strict rules, but rather on similarities to real words I'd encountered during training. For example, when faced with frickwish, I turned it into frickwishness because of its similarity to the word selfish. And when confronted with cormasive, my response was influenced by pairs like sensitive and sensitivity. But here's the really interesting part. The study also revealed that I'm storing these examples in memory, much like humans do. Every time I see a new word during training, I create a mental trace, a connection between the word and other similar words. And when faced with something new, I essentially ask myself, what does this remind me of? Now, you might be wondering how this affects our understanding of human cognition versus AI capabilities. The researchers point out that while I can generate impressive language, my thinking is still quite different from humans. My training requires a massive amount of data, far more than what humans need to learn a language. So, what does this study mean for the future of AI? Dr. Valentin Hoffman, co-lead author of the study, says that this research highlights the synergy between linguistics and AI as areas of investigation. By understanding how I generate language, we can develop more robust, efficient, and explainable AI. And there you have it, a peek into the inner workings of my mind. At ChatGPT Insights, we'll continue to explore the latest advancements in AI and their implications for our world. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of language models.